Alright, hey, what's up everybody? This is Agasicles Damus from Gearworks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube, here with another episode of the Firearm Tales. This is episode number 324, I believe. It may actually be episode 326. I have to look over on Facebook because 2 episodes are posted there that I was not able to pull down and bring over. Which is one of the cons of live streaming to Facebook. Or at least I wasn't able to bring them down in high enough resolution and a high enough bitrate. So we're here this morning playing a little bit of Metro Last Light.
Let's do it.
So with this guy, I'm not going to wait for the distraction. So there's a way to stay in shadows here.
Hey, do you hear me? Look, there is a library.
Now, I've had a host of technical problems that have caused a large delay, so this is going to be a quick 30-minute session this morning.
As many of them as you can.
And then I will do a longer session tonight.
Unscrew the light bulb.
So my technical problems were not entirely associated with the actual game capture itself. A lot of it was just working at this workstation. So I'm at what I refer to as desktop 2 at workstation 2. This used to be my secondary gaming desktop. It is now more so my budget box.
Hey man, open the locks. There's a panel in the guard room. In the guard room.
In the guard room, I assume that the way
Well, it's making you start. You're not here for a walk. Just go on as you try being more discreet.
Just shut up, I'm trying to find the ladder.
For your failure.
Would guys stop yapping? Now what I have to watch is the light.
What do you mean you released him? Are you out of your mind? I don't know. Just looked at him and somehow saw myself.
So part of the setup.
From Hansa kept pestering me to sell the creature.
I hope I'm not gonna fall down.
It pay good money, so I just show me the bullets. Sure, look. I'm ready to share. It's too much for me alone. Just don't.
So part of the setup at this workstation is that the display is a LG 34-inch ultra-wide display with a maximum resolution of 2560 by 1440.
Yes, Herr Oberscharführer.
What I did not know as I was setting up this morning was that that resolution is only compatible when you are sending the output over DisplayPort. So I monkeyed around for quite some time trying to figure out why I couldn't get the native resolution to set to 2560 by 1440. Now, what is that thing? Uh-oh. Can I unscrew this light bulb? I can. Now, what I didn't think about, what in the world is that? Some kind of mutant. Uh-oh. I hope I can still do a stealth kill on this guy when he comes around this corner. Otherwise, we're going to be going back to the checkpoint. There we go. As far as I know, there are no ramifications from whether or not you take somebody out or just knock them out.
Looks like nothing. We're broken. I thought we had it bad.
So this is a little kind of unnecessary stealth in this game. Where's the bad guy? Is that him? Yeah, that's him up there. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's no way.
You made it. Well, I did. True hero. Now we need to get them to open the airlock from the other side.
Wonder who
That
took him
button
out.
on the wall is the intercom. Push it.
Button on the wall is the
Come
intercom.
on, push it.
Gotcha.
Congratulations, you can panic now. Let's hide.
You panic
One
now.
moment. Much better. That's what up. The bastards just want to put us all in the
So I initially, oh.
It's not even funny. Yeah, let's play the fucking hide and seek now, like freaking kids. Fritz.
Kind of want to try and get a hard kill on him. Yep. Guess I'll go with the stealth kill.
Let us out! Let us out! There's a control panel up there. You can open all the cells. I can't stay here anymore. Please! I want to live! I want to live!
Get out of the inner block, and the fun is just starting, brilliant. Here, catch this.
Nice. Now we're cooking with gas.
Nice watch. This little blue indicator, it lights up when you're visible, huh? Alright, there's bound to be more guards further ahead, but they won't be able to use gas. We can really let ourselves go. I wish I had a grenade.
So what I wish I'd realized when I was going through all that is that, I spent a lot of time monkeying around with it, but
I'll take the top and cover you.
I didn't really need to because highly likely that my game capture device, which I'm using this morning, which is the mirror box HSV 321, probably can't capture 2560 by 1440 anyway. So I should have just let that mess go and set it to be 1920 by 1080p. Now the problem when I set it at 1920 by 1080p is that now that I did just because I got tired of sneaking around. I know.
Well, at least we tried to do it quietly. So again, you asked for it.
I don't like wasting bullets. You just stay still. Oh, okay. I guess we're going hard kill now. That's a little stealthy.
Looks like that was all of it.
Nice. Okay. Salvage is very important, so let me make absolutely certain that I get. Where did the dude go who I killed over here?
So, what do we have here? I see. Okay, take a look on the other side. There should be a
Nope.
switch just like this one.
Didn't really want to switch weapons like that. Weapons are the same, so I'm not too worried about it. This, of course, is the most advanced weaponry that I've gotten a hold of in this game because weapons are limited and very hard to come by, as is ammo.
Enough with the sides here. What are you looking at?
Just got an achievement for something. Oh, these are Nazis?
Capturing these freaks, as they call them.
Kind of hoping that there would be some kind of loot in here. I guess he needs me to open this lever.
They fight for the pure. Yeah, it's moving all right. As soon as the airlock opens, you get inside. I'll follow.
Now, the other technical problem that I had this morning was kind of to do with the, a little bit to do with the game capture, and that's, this is an LG monitor, and LG monitors for some reason seem to, and maybe all monitors, but definitely the LG monitors. I have 3 LG monitors in the studio right now. 2 of them are 27-inch 4K monitors at my primary gaming station. One of them is this 34-inch ultra-wide, and the problem is that the audio output jack on the back of the monitors, which is a 3.5mm stereo output jack, they always have a bunch of static that comes out of the output. Now with the 27-inch 4K monitors, I'm able to...
So, how are you, Chuvak? All right? Oh, you are tough, huh? No wonder they made you a ranger.
I am able to monkey with the...
Follow me, don't stop.
I'm able to kind of jiggle the connector and get it to sit in there eventually in a way that allows me to get audio output. Where did...
Fortune has smiled upon us. Our scouts have located a real treasure trove. Legendary D6 bunker complex.
Security, make way!
Huge storage facility.
in a way that eventually allows me to get clean audio out of it. It's always a bunch of trial and error, though, and it really aggravates me. Now, there is a way to virtualize sound, a sound channel in Windows 10 and get sound to come out of two outputs. Historically, the only way to do that was to use some kind of third-party desktop tool that runs as a Windows service and gives you a virtual sound channel. That can also be a little janky.
Their poison fangs to strike and steal what's rightfully yours. But we... What do you want? A jailbreak. You presume get rid of the guards and escape. What the hell are you doing here then? Go get them! Get this swine! Guys! Capture them! Hurry, I'm
Okay, everybody don't have to do much for this. This really surprised me about Metro last night. I really thought that this would just be I'm really surprised it has these set pieces in it because the developers are such purist first-person shooters.
Hold on, Artyom, hold on! There you have it! On the ground, you bitch! Hold on, Artyom, hold on, just a little more!
Catch them!
Bastards, блин, they're opening the gate!
Let's go.
Look them! I see them! There they are! Piece of... Stop them! Stop! Get out of here!
Even unlocked, nice. But I don't like using those virtual sound channels. One of the big problems is that sometimes it's tough to get set up, but then more so I found it really problematic to get it reset back to routing sound the way I normally want. I think part of that was I was a little cloudy-headed the very first time I did it, and I didn't completely understand it. I didn't understand that that sound virtualization is still linked to the audio hardware that's on the motherboard. So, like, I don't think I can virtualize it leveraging the drivers for my Sound Blaster USB sound card. And in the past, I think I've spent a lot of time trying to make that work. I didn't spend that time this morning. I just, when I saw that the virtualization had the Realtek sound card name associated with it, the stereo mix output, I tried it once without going across the Realtek card, but I quickly just decided, look, I'm just going to send the output. What I originally wanted was I wanted the sound to come out of my Sound Blaster card and then be and then be virtualized to also go over the HDMI line. Like I said, I didn't spend a lot of time monkeying with that. I just set my output to come out of the Realtek card, routed a 3.5mm output out of the back panel. Oh, that's not going to be good.
Real fucking ninja. Let's take him to the
Sent that over to my hardware mixer, and then ran my Razer Man of War.
Check your sector of the tunnel. We caught a rat in the vents here. Stay sharp. There might be more.
Headset out of that.
Roger. Checking that. Over.
So, do I have a... Oh. I'll remember what I have flashlight mapped to. The light is F, and he has an actual lighter. And N. F, M, and N are the things I need to try. Okay, so I do have a flashlight. Sounds like some people are coming in. I think if I hide here.
Fucking mess. A communist rat found in our tunnels. Is not the one I'm worried about. Right. Alarm! They're here!
Okay, so that works. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't have set off the whole general alarm thing. Now, where are the guys that I dropped? Ooh. Nope, nope, get this thing. Very limited weapons carriage. Oh, now I can carry all three. Ho, 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 ho. This is starting to play a little bit more like a what I would call a regular shooter. That weapon is great, but nope, turn off the flashlight. Come on, come on. Oh, whoa.
Bandages. Gotta get the bandages.
Now, my only thing is, I mean, I hope as I'm running over people that alright. There's a lot of expiry sounds here, and I can't really tell if that's just, are people still alive, or my main concern is I just want to make absolutely certain that I get all the salvage that I'm due. It's interesting. Didn't really want to make that switch. Kind of wanted to walk around with the other thing. But whatever. So I did get the sound virtualization set up and running. We got about 10 minutes left of the play session this morning, so probably good for us to, for me to slam my Rockstar Energy Punch. Since I've been up since 4 a.m. Trying to get this to work. Metro Last Light. The whole Metro series, I feel like, is a series that just gets slept on. It's not talked about enough. Okay, so it looks like I can't get that panel. Nope, I don't want to swap for that. Such a curious dynamic when in a game where, like I said, the ammo and weapons are so in such short supply that now I'm already at the point where I'm passing weapons by.
Just come outside!
Whoa, whoa.
Forward!
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What do we got here? Come on, reload that in our kiln. Not very graceful at all. Now, this is a game that doesn't have, it doesn't just straight up tell you, like, what your life is, so I guess I have to watch the HUD and observe when, oh, there's a train. And see when my life is low. Now, isn't that where the dude got grabbed? So shouldn't I be able to jump up and climb in this game? I don't think so. No. I also have to keep reminding myself that there's no quick save or game saves. I keep looking for one. So the game capture device that I'm using this morning is the Mirabox HSV321. I purchased it on Amazon. A couple people have been asking questions about it. They picked it up and were not able to get the audio to work. I'm going to try and get that answer to them with a picture. The thing about it is, and this applies to all graphic card, or all video game capture cards. Which I only know because I've now tested probably like a dozen of these things, 12 to 15 different capture cards. In OBS, so not every capture card you can't address the audio channel on every game capture card as it's as a singular device. And I think this has something to do with whether or not the device shows up with a discrete ID based on its firmware as far as the audio channel.
Who knows?
So on the HSV321 in OBS, you set up the game capture device and it will show up. But you need to, but then you need to pop open the detailed settings panel, and all the way at the bottom of that is an audio output setting line that will usually be set. The default will be capture audio only, which is what you set, which is what you want it set at. If you hit that and expand the drop-down menu, it will allow you to send the audio over to the streaming PC so that the streaming PC can output the audio through its own speakers. But below that is a little checkbox that says use custom audio device, and you want to enable that for the Mirabox. Then that's going to give you an additional drop-down menu, and when you look at that, that's going to it's going to list a couple things in there, but the thing that you want is the thing that says like digital audio output with Mirabox in parentheses, or you know, Mirabox will be somewhere on that line. And you want to select that, and then your audio will start coming over into OBS. So like I said, I'm using the Mirabox HSV321. It's a really great device. It's only like $99 on Amazon. It takes really great audio. It is half the price of some other game capture solutions. So it's highly recommended. It also does a couple other tricks. One of those, which I haven't tested it, but supposedly it will take any HDMI output from a more advanced camera and make it look to a PC like a webcam. Now that is a trick that my Blackmagic Designs web presenter also does. But the Blackmagic Design web presenter is a $500 piece of equipment The mirror box is a $100 piece of equipment. Even if you don't use it as a game capture device, that capability alone will let you set up much better looking, higher quality cameras for your webcam in your live streams and game captures. What was that?
Why would I know? Keep your damn eyes open.
The one thing I'm a little worried about is somebody coming around this corner. I'm not exactly sure. So that's locked. She can't get through that.
Come out slowly. Your hands above your head.
Do you really think that that's going to happen? I don't even know. I don't know if this is a grenade launcher or what. Don't want to pick that up, but I do want to loot.
Now, Tommy, you're done for.
Man down!
I think I might go for a stealth kill here. Guys with laser sight. It's like dystopian future, but people have scavenged enough for advanced tech like laser scopes. Where is the... Encountering a lot of resistance here. A lot more than I had planned or wanted. This game.
The goalies are coming!
Now, Tommy, you're done for.
Now again, I don't fully understand if this is a grenade launcher or some type of shoddy, so I'm a little concerned about what range I try and use it at. Really need to start maneuvering too. And jammed up. Not in one spot. Oh, what is that? Alright, we'll give that a whirl. This is becoming some serious gun porn here. Blast it. Okay, we gotta rethink this.
Man down! Yes, you're coming! Die in the name of right!
Now, homie, you're done for!
No, I don't think that term means what you think it means. So sneaky. This isn't even a fair fight.
Just you wait.
So with the exciting music having ended, I'm hoping that means all the bad guys are down. Really, really liking this gameplay now. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's their little laser scopy thing. Choose a throwing weapon. I would like to not run around with the laser scopy thing, though, illuminated all the time, since that gives away my position. Okay, so it looks like maybe you can mouse over a weapon and that's how you get the ammo. I'm not sure. Okay, let's not use the toilet. So I'm not using a webcam this morning because I decided for this month's worth of game captures. That's as I say that's a thing that I'm changing up. Instead of, it used to be what I used to do is change over the equipment, the hardware that I was using for game captures and live streams every week. I've come to feel like that is just too much churn for me to accommodate, and it really impacts my schedule and winds up having me spend a lot of time on system setup and configuration and troubleshooting, and then I only play like that game for like a couple hours, and then I'm off like doing new recording and studio setup all over again. I'm still going to continue to test video game capture cards and microphones and all that sort of stuff, so that content is still going to be available for you on the channel, but I can't do it. Like I can't, and part of the problem is I guess I do test setups, but then I also do like just, you know, running production recording as well, and I need to start differentiating those. And, you know, if I'm going to spend time doing a setup to test a piece of equipment and review it, then that needs to be one thing, but my regular production run stuff needs to be something that's more stable and less churny. So this is my more stable, less churny setup. So I'll be using this particular recording equipment setup all month to do game captures, and then I have one other one that I'm using to do live streams. If you go and check out the Replication Anecdotes episodes that were just recently recorded, you will see and hear me talk about that recording setup that I'm using most recently for recording Burnout Paradise Remastered on the PlayStation 4. Alright, so that gives me some night vision. So I'm not using a webcam this month because I decided that I just didn't want to deal with that and set up and troubleshooting and configuration, getting that to work, and I allocated all web cameras and cameras that I have for other studio work. So for voiceover commentary this morning, I'm using the famous Blue Yeti USB microphone with a pop filter. Now that I've had an opportunity to test a lot of microphones, there was a time I wasn't really impressed with the Blue Yeti's audio. I'm swinging back to being a bit more impressed with it when I compare it to other mics. Now the question is, yes. The answer is yes, I can shoot through glass. The question is, can they see me through the glass? Oh, that's gotta be painful. And very fear-inducing. You see dudes around you just getting dropped from nowhere. Oh, got a double shot. Which makes me also mention is that was entirely the mouse. That had nothing to do with me. That is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge mouse. There's a mouse that came out last fall that I also have under review. Oh, is that flashlight on? No, now it's on. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, for headphones today, to keep the in-game audio out of the wind and not have it bleed over into the USB microphone, I'm taking an audio output out of the 3.5mm back panel audio jacks on this PC, splitting that out from 3.5mm to left and right RCA, and sending that into my Behringer Xenix 302 USB hardware mixer, and then setting the switches to send the audio over to my Razer Man-O-War headset, which is what I'm using for headphones. Oh, he had a trailer. I didn't realize that. These guys are well armored. I'm still trying to conserve bullets. Okay. I love how the music is so well tuned in this game that you can clearly tell when you've like cleared a level or cleared a group of hostiles. Nope, I don't need that. Don't need the grease gun. And I don't need that. I thought I shot a guy further over. Getting a little bothered that these guys aren't yielding ammo. Doesn't appear that I'm able to loot just the bodies directly. So I would definitely consider all the gear that is in play this month for game captures to be pretty top-notch. The HSV 321 is a really great video game capture card, available at a really low price compared to an Elgato HD60S, or even the AverMedia cards and Hauppauge cards. The Blue Yeti is a solid microphone when you set it and mount it in the right place so that it doesn't pick up a bunch of a table vibration. I feel like that's the thing that gets the Blue Yeti out of kilter, is if it's sitting on a table and picking up all that vibration. It's not really well sound isolated at the base. And then I know some people have some Razer hate due to the expense of their products, but I really love their ear cup headsets. So the Razer Man-O-War and the Kraken series serve me well, and I like the audio output. Again, I'm not an audiophile, so I mean there are things that I tend to let go that some other people get really wrapped around the axle about. The headsets are super comfortable is my big thing, and that may be a thing about the shape of my head in comparison to how your head might be shaped. But they are some of the most comfortable headsets to wear if you're wearing them for a long time. A long period of time. Oh, I see. Okay. Now this is where a little bit I wish you had grenades. I thought maybe I had grabbed some explosives. Okay, so... No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I messed that up. I think... So I think that wheel... Oh, that's right, that lets you... Okay. That's what I think you wanted. Yeah, that could take some people out. I need to kneel and get in here. Really wish you had a lean left and right now. I had originally only wanted to record for 30 minutes, but total recording time I want to get done today is a couple of hours. I think I'm going to go longer so that I split it up a little more evenly. What is that guy carrying? Alright, I'm going to get out of here. Maybe I'll go with my explosive again. Dude is still back there. That might have actually worked. Nope, he's still moving around. What is... You just rolled right up on me. Totally unnecessary. I'm going to force myself to start using some of these thrown weapons, though. Of course, I thought the guy I was going to be able to throw it was a little closer. Alright, so I see this guy coming in. I'm going to try and draw him in a little. Is he close enough? He is close enough. Not quite as effective as I wanted. But it sounds like I've cleared the field. No salvage. I think now we'll use the flashlight. What is that telling me? Oh. Huh. So it looks like, that's weird. It looks like you have to actually have access to their ammo pouches for you to be able to loot. And maybe you don't have that access if they are Gunny Bear. If they're lying on their back or something, I don't know. I wonder if I'm supposed to manipulate that valve wheel. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Now, I don't know if this was just a loot path or... there's actually an objective-based reason why I would come down here. I would have thought that this would have been a way... No, can you stop with the ladder physics? That sounded like somebody shooting. No, this is a different way out. Yeah, so I think the whole point of this was when I came to... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, what? Are these guys like flamethrower guys or something? I don't know what they are, but they don't. No. God nabbit, you took it as a. Because I was trying to actuate the weapon wheel at the same time. That looks like a flamethrower tank on his back. It absolutely looks like a flamethrower tank, but he doesn't have a flamethrower available, so maybe that's just really heavy armor. Either way, I'm ready to get out of here. Find a way out. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and push to record just under an hour. And that'll give me one additional hour that I want to record later tonight. Before making my decision if I'm going to continue playing this or switch over to something else. Like I said, really wonderful game that just gets slept on so hard. So Metro Less Light is a 2013 game. Came out in May of 2013, so kind of one of those Memorial Day releases, which I'm a big fan of. I love it when something neat drops right before that 3-day weekend. Came out in the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era. Has since also been updated and made available for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And don't know if you're familiar with the developers, but they are out of Russia, I think, and published by Deep Silver, which is a publishing company that I'd never heard of until the THQ breakup. It's a single-player only game, so no multiplayer available. Preceded by Metro 2033. And now we're eagerly awaiting for the arrival of Metro Exodus. Sorry, just taking a little break to fuel up here. But I would probably put this up there in my list of favorite first-person shooters. Now, before I kill the lights, let me go see what this thing is. Oh, fishing pole. Yeah, as you can see, so my PC is definitely taking a performance hit through this. it's still playing, but there's definitely a lot of effects going on the screen right now. 4A Games is famous, I would say, just as famous as Crytek, and I would say their implementation, their means of their approach to graphical fidelity is a little more virtuous than Crytek's. So these, I really don't understand what I'm looking at here. I didn't. Are these guys that the other dude took out, or? I thought I came in down that end, but I didn't realize these guys were so well lit over here. Now that may have been because I guess maybe because I hooked this left. Okay. Yeah, so I just didn't see them before, and then I went through the underground tunnel. And then popped up down on this end. Okay. So I'm Jeez, it scared the begoozes out of me. So this is one of the things that I'm not a huge fan of. Is there's a lot of levers in this game, and they don't always. It's not always clear and obvious what they actually go to. So I have pulled a lever before. And then just, okay, so that lights outed the place. So I have had occasion to pull a lever. I feel bad because I feel like I'm not exploring this whole level and there might be some more loot available. So I have pulled a lever and then struggled to figure out, you know, exactly what that lever went to. Sounds like there's somebody behind there.
Trial of the captured spies on the red line.
Whoa, what in the world was that?
First lieutenant.
Did I trip a trap? There had to be a trap that I tripped. Trap that I tripped. That, however, is better than that having been somebody up above me firing like a rocket launcher or dropping dynamite on me. Now, yeah, so I don't have night vision. Not outside of having that scope. Can I not kneel down and get through there? Apparently not. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Apparently I found some little shimmy to work my way through.
Fuck you, freak! Death to the Nazis! Our day will come. Remember. Hey.
How do I save him? Okay. You automatically. I was busily looking for what's the melee key again?
Let's move! It's gonna be another Stalingrad around here.
Yeah. My time to get you out. What just happened? I don't know what the heck that was about.
I dragged Pavel out of the noose, and he says he's going to take me as close to Polis as possible. Then I'll contact the Order and report on everything that has happened. The path to the legendary theater lies.
Drop my phone on my gaming keyboard there.
I've never been here before, and without my new friend, I'd probably be completely lost. I hope he knows the way.
Alright, well look, that's going to do it for me this morning. for this game capture. Once again, this has been Firearm Tales, episode number, I don't know, 324, 326, or 327. I'll figure it out. It'll be labeled in the video. Thanks so much for joining in. My name has been Gasly Stamos from GearWorks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining in on the game capture. One of the things I'll mention to you is, you know, there's 2 or 3 primary things that Rounding Off Infinity is about. It's about me just building up a big museum warehouse catalog of all sorts of different games, specifically to rail against what is going on in the gaming community and industry today, which is this hyper focus on like 5 or 6 games at a time. So, you know, you'll see me playing Fortnite and Paladins and all that stuff, but I'm still going to currently continue to dedicate myself to playing all sorts of different games, and I'm going to put that content on here so that, you know, for people who are trying to swim through Steam and find, you know, game footage of people playing the game, you can come here and find that kind of stuff. The other thing is I talk a lot about the tech that's associated with streaming and game capturing, because a lot of that doesn't get talked about. A lot of people just use like the native onboard capabilities of their PlayStation 4 and Xbox One without realizing that those things cap out at about 1/2 to 1/3 of the resolution that you could be getting your game capture at or live streaming at. So, and we'll also talk about services, because I live stream to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Twitch and Mixer. So if you want to come, if you're looking for somewhere to go to hear kind of an even-handed, holistic perspective of all of the hardware and all of the software and all the services that are associated with game captures and live streams, this is a place that you can come to hear that. So thanks again for joining out. I'm going to get down off my soapbox. I appreciate it. Please like this video, and please, please, please subscribe. I don't stump a lot for subscribers. I don't go on Twitter and ask to help get me to 100 subs. But there are certain things that YouTube will only allow you to do if you have a bunch of subscribers. So please help me out if you don't mind. I appreciate you watching the video, and keep coming back for more content. Whether you subscribe or not, I'm going to keep doing it, and it's still going to be here for you. So thanks again. That's going to do it for me. I'm out of here.